everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Algerian Football Show. I have to say, I'm not in a good mood because I've just got back from West Ham 1, Man United 2, where we lost because we missed a penalty in the last minute. I'm absolutely fuming, so excuse me if I seem a little angry, but I guess that is a good place to start this week's show because I saw Benrahma score another goal this season. Yes, it was a deflected goal, but he celebrated it beautifully, and honestly it was a good strike, it was on target, so it was his goal. And there's Benrahma back on the score sheet. Is that 3 Premier League goals now this season for Saïd Benrahma? He's in great form for sure, and maybe giving Jamal Belmadi one or two things to think about, because again, we don't really see Benrahma play that well with the national team, and I don't know why. Is it because Belali is so good? But we need to understand, and Belmadi needs to understand, Belali and Benrahma can play together. It doesn't have to be one or the other. You can play Benrahma in the cam position. So Benrahma gets a goal. He also came on in midweek in the UEFA Europa League. He actually picked up a little knee injury, but he recovered in time for the game against Manchester United. So unfortunately, Benrahma did score, but West Ham lose. That is their first loss of the season. And the other Algerian in the Premier League, Riyad Mahrez, was on the bench again for Manchester City against Southampton. In midweek, he scored a brilliant penalty against Leipzig in the Champions League, so 1 goal in 1 game for Mahrez in this season's Champions League. A very good start for him in that competition, and it shows that he can take good penalties. It was such a good penalty. He sent Galaxy the wrong way, right into the top corner with his left foot, so really good from Mahrez. But again, in the Premier League, he started that first game against Tottenham, and since then, he's been on the bench, and he was one of Man City's best players when he came on against Southampton, but unfortunately he's not playing enough football, and he honestly, if he started that game, Man City would have probably won the game. And I can't understand what Mahrez has to do to get a start. I understand Jack Grealish cost £100 million. It's hard to bench him. Mahrez should have played over Sterling in that game for me. You've got to start Mahrez over Sterling in a game when Southampton are going to sit back and defend. So unfortunately Mahrez scored in midweek but didn't start in the Premier League at the weekend. Another player who is also in the Premier League, but not Algerian yet. Let's talk about this situation with Rayan Ait-Nouri. So, there's a lot of rumours from the Algerian press, and I haven't seen anything concrete or confirmed or anything like that, but the Algerian press are suggesting that there is contact between Rayan Ait-Nouri and Belmadi and the player's father, a 3-way contact. Now, I don't know if that's true, but there's no smoke without fire. These rumours must have started somewhere. Belmadi has surely got to recognise, particularly after that game against Burkina Faso, we need reinforcements. You can't play Zafan and Kassef and hope to go to the World Cup successfully. We've dropped 2 points there. Left back, when Benrahma came off, we were really missing a good left back. Yes, we've got Mahrez, but he was injured, so then who do we turn to? Abdellawi's gone to the Middle East. He's not going to get picked for a while, I reckon. So, can we get Rayan Ait-Nouri, a player who's in the Premier League, very highly rated, he's at Wolves. Unfortunately, he's not actually been starting for Wolves in the Premier League. For some reason, Marcel is starting for Wolves at left wing back. And Rayan Ait-Nouri at left wing back, it's even better for him because we know how good he is going forward. I think he scored for Wolves last season as well. He can get in the box, he can make things happen with his left foot. So why is Rayan Ait-Nouri not getting starts for Wolves? I don't know. But anyway, the point is, there does seem to have been some sort of contact between Algeria and Ait-Nouri. There was, of course, a few months ago, Rayan Ait-Nouri removed all the French flags from his accounts, and he hasn't been picked for the French under-21 team for a while. So I definitely think there's something going on there with Rayan Ait-Nouri. It's certainly one to keep an eye on. Will he be picked for the October games home and away against Niger? I'm not too sure, but hopefully, inshallah, we can get Ait-Nouri on board. And speaking of those games in October, Algeria's next 2 World Cup qualifiers have been confirmed. We're going to be playing Niger on the 8th of October and on the 11th of October, home and away. The home game in Blida once again, and the away game in a place called Niamey, which is in Niger. The game's not going to happen in Morocco, I don't think. I do think, though, the kick-off times are going to be quite earlier. Apparently, Algeria are going to play at 5. I think they're requesting to move it to 8 so the news can be on. But it's going to be 5, and probably the game in Niger is going to be at 2. So a lot of people are going to be at work, at school, and probably miss the game. We don't know if FIFA are showing the games on YouTube again yet, but certainly a lot of the fans around the world and the diaspora are going to probably miss the games of their afternoon kickoffs. So unfortunately, the games are going to be a little bit earlier, and in the heat, Algeria might struggle a little bit as well. Also in midweek, we saw Islam Slimani start for Lyon finally, and he scored in the Europa League. Another sort of messy, deflected goal, but away to Rangers. That's going to do his confidence good. Slimani on the score sheet once again. If he can get a good European run going, that'll be good for his confidence. And if he's not going to start in the league, At least we've got Slimani starting in the Europa League, so lots of football for these Algerian players around the world. The Qatari League has also kicked off, and Baghdad Bounedjah is already off the mark in Qatar. And our other striker, Andy Delors, has scored his first goal for OGC Nice. He scored in their 2-2 draw against Monaco. Delors, for some reason, I don't know why, still didn't start for Nice. He came on after about 10-15 minutes, scored a brilliant header, and we know how good Delors is in the air. We often talk about Slimani's headers. Delors is very good in the air as well, and if you play those two together, you've got a lot of aerial threat. Delors on the score sheet, 3 goals and 2 assists for Andy Delors this season across Montpellier and Nice. He is on fire. He's so good, but Mardi has got to give Delors more time. I know we say it every week, but he's such a good player. Also scoring in this game was Hisham Badawi, and that's his second of the season. A goal-scoring midfielder is not something we have at the moment, apart from Faguli. Could Badawi be a goal-scoring midfielder one day and move a little bit more forward, maybe in the 8 position, the 10 position? I don't know. But he's certainly got a good eye for goal, so good to see Badawi on the score sheet as well. Nice also got a penalty. Amin Ghouri. I mean, the bad news for Amin Ghouri just keeps on coming. He missed the penalty. Delors should be taking pens. I hope Delors, after Ghouri missing, is going to be on the next penalty. Delors should be taking pens for Nice, and that'll get his tally up even higher. Over in Turkey, Rashid Ghezzal played in the Champions League, had a few chances with Besiktas, unfortunately didn't get on the score sheet in that, but he did get on the score sheet at the weekend. Besiktas were 2-0 down, Ghezzal was on the bench, Ghezzal came on, Besiktas won the game 3-2, and Ghezzal scored the winning goal, so congratulations to him. Should have played against Burkina Faso. He should have come on for Mahrez after about 60-65 minutes. I don't know why Ben Mardi didn't take Mahrez off for Ghezzal. We didn't get to see Ghezzal, unfortunately. Good player. He looks like the main backup to Riyad Mahrez right now, with Adam Munas on the bench for Napoli most weeks. Also in the Champions League, we saw Benrahma give that penalty away for handball against Liverpool. Very harsh. I can't believe that was a penalty and a yellow card. Yes, Salah missed the penalty, but that was very harsh. Benrahma, playing in these big European nights, playing in the Champions League is going to be so good for him. But anyway, guys, that is the end of this week's Algerian Football Show. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time.